I'm gonna have to get a Switch after this, aren't I?
What the hell is this?
And now the thrilling conclusion.
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
What's up guys, and welcome to 1080p! Oh, I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of this meme. Your boy got a big boy upgrade for his editing work, and just in time cause a tide is approaching. But before that, I thought it'd be right for me to open up this new chapter with the same sexy superstar that closed out the last one.
Then it's going to be a bloody coronation.
Full transparency, this footage is emulated from the Wii U version, while my experience is almost entirely based on the newer Switch port. More info on that near the end. Okay, I'm gonna open up this video with the most unpopular opinion I've got. Are you ready? Gonna pull off that band-aid right now. Moon River greater than Fly Me to the Moon. Let me elaborate. See, I fucking meditated on this one, and I came to the realization that the two songs have two very distinct strengths. Fly Me to the Moon is straight groovin'. That climax mix goes down so smooth, you can listen to the song on a loop for hours on end and you will never get tired of it, which makes it a great tune to fight to. Moon River, on the other hand, well, this scene kinda summarizes my point. The comedic squish of Bayonetta's butt already makes this game 100 times better than Bayonetta 1. But anyway, Fly Me to the Moon might be a better battle theme, but Moon River's climax mix is a celebration. This song sounds like Platinum Games reveling in the fact that they even got to do a Bayonetta 2. This song isn't a battle theme, it's a victory lap. It's Bayonetta playing around with her enemies, striking poses, spinning around, having fun. Speaking of which, why is this little spin right here not a playable skill? Like it needs to be an alternate to breakdance in Bayonetta 3. This song is about pure ecstasy, and that encapsulates what I like the most about Bayonetta as a concept. Which is pretty funny, seeing that Bayonetta 2 is mostly about her meeting her match and facing threats she actually needs to take seriously. And from the trailer, 3 is looking to be about Cereza finally being overwhelmed by her opponent. I don't know how I feel about that. But hey, as long as the game has moments like this, I'll live.
We are several minutes into this video and you still haven't talked about gameplay.
I think Bayonetta 2 is more style than substance this time around. It's fun, don't get me wrong, and comes with plenty of quality life fixes for the franchise. But there is something off about the combat here. Now, several people far more skilled at the game than me have broken down what they believe to be the flaws of Bayonetta 2, particularly at higher level play. But even without overanalyzing it, I just feel like things were snappier and more purposeful in Bayonetta 1. In Bayonetta 2, things feel more streamlined. A lot of enemies are classified as heavy and don't get knocked up without a wicked weave, dodge offsetting feels laggier, the whole climax mode, as cool as it is horribly balanced, and the air combat no longer feels like a unique set of attacks and just feels like a copy of ground combat, a change most likely made due to the flying combat sections.
The flying what now?
I got nothing. These sections are so fucking cool that I honestly can't tell if the fact that they feel super button mashy even matters. Okay, not getting off to a good start here. Like I said, more style than substance. But you know what was substantial? the weapon selection. I mean, again, none of these feel quite as utilitarian as like Odette or the whip. Oh, the whip is a good example, since Bayonetta 2 has a whip weapon, and it generally feels cooler and can be equipped on either hands or feet, a big improvement from the first one. But like I said, it lacks any defining utility and just serves as a regular weapon with wide AoE and a single grab mechanic attached to holding the button. A far cry from pulling enemies to you, pulling yourself to enemies, grabbing enemies and whipping them around like a makeshift flail, and all that wrapped in a completely unique moveset, if not a more limited one. But then you have the hammer, the scythe, a bow and arrow, and a motherfucking chainsaw.
Is that all you got?
My criticisms with the game's weapon selection are now rendered invalid. The game is just filled with so much over-the-top action that it's hard to really care about criticizing the gameplay, especially since on the surface level, it's still just as fun, if not more so, than the original. And I mean over-the-top action. You fight a fucking dinosaur, climbing a skyscraper, and call Madama Butterfly to personally show it how good the interior design is. Fuck, everyone talking about Big Mommy Vampire with Big Mommy Milkers in the new RE trailer, but Madama Butterfly is like 15 feet tall and headbutts a goddamn meteor. These moments are so awesome that it almost completely makes me forget about the one worry I had about the game. Did they have to tone down the sexuality for Nintendo? And the answer to that is a mixed bag. There's no joy in Bayonetta 2. The taunts are a lot tamer now. The raging sex demon that Rodin uses on Bayonetta, I'm genuinely surprised that no one has written a 20-page essay on how problematic that moment is, now zooms in on Rodin and but on the other hand, Jeanne does spend like 70% of her screen time in the game naked. Bayonetta still feels the need to grind on literally every pole in the game. Plenty of moments have her spreading her legs for no reason, and you still get the option to run around as stripper Princess Peach. It's a little toned down. And I will also point out, the way Bayonetta talks now is a lot less sexually charged. In Bayonetta 1, she flaunts to Luca that she enjoys having sex, but in Bayo 2, she's on a timer. She ain't got time for that. Oh, and they removed the pole dancer line from getting a platinum. But don't let that get you too down. I still haven't brought up the best part of the game. They send you back to Bayonetta 1's areas, but during the climax of the witch hunts. This entire segment over the course of 3 stages is fantastic, highlighting all the game's strengths: pulse-pounding action, beautiful set pieces, classic enemies, and probably the biggest love letter to the original game. Rosa, Bayonetta's revolver-wielding mother, rocking the classic Bayonetta 1 move list. You get to fight alongside her, facing off against the enemies from the first game, complete with both mother and daughter doing the classic torture attacks together. And it even finishes up with a Kingdom Hearts 2 style arena fight with the player and Rosa just completely surrounded by angels. It's amazing. Oh, and speaking of fighting together, there is some new extra content in the form of Tag Climax, but I have no friends to play it with, so I guess the last thing I really want to talk about is the emulation. Like I said earlier, I'm emulating this for the video since capture card I do not have. Sorry Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the odds of me doing a video on you are pretty damn low. Anyways, TLDR, if you can emulate Bayonetta 2's Wii U version, I would suggest you do so, just for the 60 FPS cutscenes and upscalable resolution alone. Playing both emulated and the Switch port, emulating it just looks better. On the other hand, I don't think this should be how you play the game for the first time. Sorry members of the Straw Hat crew, if you emulate it, you will be running into a few performance issues, audio desyncing, and some graphical bugs that aren't in the proper game. So your first time really should be with the actual Switch version that is on the market right now. So, to put a bow on this, Bayonetta 2, pretty good. Not perfect or quite as mind-blowing as the original was, but even at its worst, it was a fun experience, and at its best, it made me feel just like I did years back, wide-eyed and starstruck playing Bayonetta for the first time. Those moments felt like magic, though I hope they refine it and maybe tweak things a bit closer to OG Bayonetta, both in combat and sexuality for Bayonetta 3. If you ever get a Switch, this should be on the top of the list. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Matane.